Hello?
Hi, did I catch you at work?
Well, sorta.
Well, did you know you can mix work and play? On your next break, play classic casino games for free at Casumo.net. It's Casumo Casino, and you can play roulette in the reception, slots in the sales office, blackjack...
In the boardroom? During a job interview?
Play anywhere, anytime. There's hundreds of free casino games.
I'll call you back if I get the job.
Play your way. Casumo Casino at Casumo.net.
This is not a gambling website. Ages 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly.
And I
died
won't.
with great credit.
I will die with horrible credit.
Nothing to show for it. Meaningless garbage. There's 2 companies in Canada. They just decide that shit. Oh, here's your number. Who says? We do. Who the fuck are you? We're the guys who say the number. And yours just fucking went down. Fuck. Alright, let's do a show.
Alright.
I'm gonna bitch a lot tonight. Hi there. Happy Tuesday. It's August the 4th, 2020. I'm Eric, talking at you once again from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where I got a message for everybody in Winfield. Before I get to the till, I do the fucking math. Just gotta, I'll explain that.
I hope so.
I go before the show, 6 o'clock, 1 hour ago. I go to the liquor store. I grab a 6-pack, and then I'm staring at the little tub. They always got the single cans. And I'm like, that blackberry thing looks delicious. I'll get that. So I got my 6-pack of beer, $8. And I got 1 can of some Rudy Poo fruity fucking thing. Mm-hmm. And she's like, it's $25.50 or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't believe that it is. And she gets all shitty with me. It's $25.50. I'm like, pretty sure it isn't. I think you're going to want to scan that again. And we go back and forth for like 5 minutes. She's like, that's the price. I'm like, you're telling me that 1 fucking can is $16? And she's like, yeah. And she finally figured it out that it was charging me for 6 of those coolers instead of 1 of them. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I know they're good, but they're not fucking $16 each.
Yeah, fuck me.
And then I go to 7-Eleven. I get a bag of chips and a chocolate bar. The guy's like, $9. I'm like, no, it's not. What the fuck is with everyone in Winfield? Like, I know you zone out a little bit when you're like a cashier because you hate your life and it's boring, but come on. Like, look at the fucking till and figure out it's a bag of chips and a chocolate bar. It's $3 since we're 5 years old.
You can get a bag of chips for $3. Fuck, even I can't.
Well, it's like the little one. They're $1.50 or whatever.
Yeah, those
chocolate bars a $1. Like, just fucking Jesus Christ! And don't argue with me. Do the math. People have been like that all day. Hi, world. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends. Welcome to the most important news source on the internet today. There was a conversation in one of the Facebook chat rooms about the news and how you can't listen to the news and everything on the news is fake. And I said, well, all you got to do is listen to Eric and Gord. What if we're right?
That's right.
And they said, oh, well, how often do you post and how long are your episodes? I said, we like to post 5 times a week. Our episodes are about 90 minutes long. They said, wow, you must have a very streamlined editing process to put out that much. I said, oh, yeah, we've really figured it out.
Edit nothing.
We've nailed that one. I got a process. I'll tell you all about it.
I'll teach you all about it. $100 an hour.
$100 an hour. I can edit your show the same way I do mine.
That's genius.
I'll tell you what, for you guys, $75 because I like you.
Hand it to you. All you got to do is just take that recording and just walk away, go to the beer store, come back, send it back about 5 hours later. Here you go.
I'll put it through like a compressor or something.
He just occasionally in the background out of diabetes in the background.
You didn't do anything to our show. Yeah, I did. It used to have a hiss.
Now you don't.
No, it
For
didn't.
most of it.
Yeah, maybe it didn't.
That's funny.
Well, I guess now we'll never know. And then, one more shitty thing today, because it's just been a shitty day. This girl posts, I want a chocolate ice cream cone with chocolate sprinkles. I said, okay, what kind of ice cream do you want? And she didn't get it. She got all shitty with me. Like, you said you wanted a chocolate ice cream cone. You didn't say anything about the ice cream. Fucking use your words. Piss me off.
How dare you? How dare you?
I got her here. She's not working.
Good. Of course he's not working. He's a liberal.
How dare you?
Fuck you, bitch.
My awesome $500 phone's a piece of shit. It doesn't work.
How dare you?
Barely hear her. But she's there.
Oh, man.
So, that's about all I have, really, is I'm just going to bitch about my day while Gord reads the news. I've got a book on Amazon. It'd be great if a sixth person would buy one. I could use that money when it comes in, like, October.
Say next year.
That'd be great. I do have one thing that I noticed that gets... I'm going to do this beforehand. Oh. 68 Black Lives Matter protesters have been hit by cars during protests since the movement started. Because they keep marching down the middle of the road and like blocking traffic. It says 68 of them have been mowed down by accident. Accident with air quotes.
That's showing a collective thing of a very low IQ count.
That is just... What do you do? I guess it's just... I don't know. It's funny to me that a car, like you walking down the middle of the road, you stand the chance of getting hit by a car. That's just... I don't think you get to be mad about that.
No.
But I thought that was quite the high number. That was one of the interesting news stories I came across, and I thought Gord will like this.
Did you see the video of the half naked dude that jumped onto the fucking hood of a transport truck on a highway?
No, I didn't see that.
The guy starts smashing the windshield of the transport truck when he was stopped because this lunatic was jumping everywhere. So he like jumps up in the hood and starts smashing. So the truck driver starts driving, and the guy's just like hangs on for dear life. They drove for 9 miles with the guy in the truck's just veering from side to side and locking the brakes up, hoping this guy's gonna fall off, and he just won't. Huh. So he just keeps driving. It's happened in Florida, of course.
I want to move to Florida.
I don't know if I could just. I think just every day would just be comical genius every day.
It would be. It would be amazing.
It's funny, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that video. At the end, there's a report. They didn't have the video of it because it's just passersby recording it. But apparently, at the end, once the cops finally like showed up and stopped that, officially stopped traffic, and then they pulled the guy off. Apparently, the guy was just absolutely like terrified and couldn't have gotten off of that truck any faster. Once he finally stopped, it's like, well, you shouldn't have jumped up there in the first place, idiot. It's just so good. I fucking love that shit.
Well, it's going to be a whole round of lawsuits now. People suing people for hitting Black Lives Matters protests, which brings the attention to the poster I sent you last night. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet.
I did, actually.
No date officially announced yet for the Eric and Gord protest. That's right.
Protest against protest.
Eric and Gord, protest. Standing up against people who are standing up against people. Why pick a side when you can just hate them both?
Exactly. It's not racist if you hate them equally.
There you go. So, the date is yet to be announced for this protest Gord and I are arranging. But it will be an international movement where we protest protests and protesting.
I think I can get at least 20 people on board on my end.
And
I know a lot of people that are like, and this is a great idea.
Let's see if we get mowed down by irony.
I'm going to get somebody to drive a bicycle with a sign on the front that just says irony, and they're just going to try to drive into people.
But I thought you'd appreciate the poster.
Yeah, I very much do.
I'll put a copy of it on a brand new website I'm working on. And just because I've got this new freelance writing thing going on, you guys can tune in online and check out all things Eric at erichunt.buzz. It's not officially up yet, but it will be. Maybe by the end of today, which means sometime next week. erichunt.buzz.
Nice.
A new website I got going on. I need one for my writing thing that I'm trying to do. They said you have to have a website. I said, okay, cool. I think I can do that. It's not as good as yours.
No, mine's awesome.
It's much cheaper than yours, though.
I was actually messaging my ex-wife the other day. Actually, this is going back a couple weeks now for my birthday, and she just asked what I've been up to. So I said, I'm trying to do this knife sharpening thing going. I said, and I actually have a website. So I sent her the link. And she goes, that website is so cute. She goes, it's really well done. She goes, like, I love the little facts and all that. She goes, that's so done. She goes, how did you get that all done? I'm like, fucking got Eric to do it. She's like, Eric did all that? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that's fucking awesome.
That's what I do. Anybody needs a website, you can get a hold of me, Eric, at erichunt.buzz.
When that's up and running.
And I will... I can still get the email.
Yeah.
Eric at erichunt.buzz. I'll set you up a little website. It'll be better than mine, because I fuck up mine. I make everyone else's good. I don't know. Hey, Anchor people. Just real quick before Gord gets to the news. Read the fucking goddamn thing properly. I'm so sick of this goddamn argument. It makes me want to not be on Facebook anymore. Anchor does not own your show. You still own your show. And if you don't believe the goddamn literature that's everywhere about it, then just do what I do. Publish somewhere else and just upload to Anchor. And see how easy it is. I'm so sick of this argument all goddamn day. Oh, Anchor owns your show. They'll take it off the air. They'll do whatever they want. But they won't. They don't. And it's stupid. Shut up.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Just shut the fuck up.
I'm getting a response right now from it.
Nice.
I bet you, because I just put on fucking online about shut up. Sick of it. It's the same goddamn 3 questions. I'm in 85 podcast groups, and every single one is 3 goddamn questions. How do I get more listeners? Don't suck. Does Anchor own your stuff? No. Sick of it. Anyway, as I was telling someone earlier today in a Buzzsprout group, which I don't care. I'm not changing from Spreaker anymore. I'm sick of changing, so I'm glad you like Buzzsprout, whatever. I did say we were the only credible news source available on the internet today. So, that being said, let's get on to some news.
Yes. Well, we're going to dip our feet in lightly, and then we're going to move our way up the chain of from least important to most important.
Nothing that's going on in America is important.
I didn't say America specifically, but that being said, this one affects everybody in the world. This is huge news. Eric, I hope you're sitting. You're going to need it. Well, it's been officially announced that there is a new show coming out. This is amazing. I'm building this specifically up nice and slowly because I'm just retarded. They're doing a reboot of Who's the Boss.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Tony Danza and Alyssa Milano will be reprising their father-daughter roles for the sequel. So it's actually a sequel. It's not technically a reboot.
Well, that's stupid. This is awesome. Just before we get to that. So this guy writes, just remember that if you use Anchor, you do not own your show. So I replied, yeah, you do. This is stupid. Shut up. Blah, blah, blah. His response is, Eric Hunt, I said you own the show. But you're also good. No, you didn't. You said in all caps you don't own the show. All caps.
Stupid people are amazing.
Fucking as amazing as Tony Danza. I'm surprised it took him this fucking long. He probably has been trying to talk them into it for like 15 years.
Oh, yeah, I'll guarantee it, because he hasn't done anything.
Sorry, I'm just responding to this guy. Tony Danza, he's never done anything. He did like one movie. And now I'm not sure. Yeah, he did like
a... did that.
It was one of those like Freaky Friday fucking reboots where like the daughter's young and then she's 30 and because she wants to be old. You know, it's all they did 85 versions of Big after Big was awesome and 84 other versions sucked. That's all he ever did that I know of. And I don't care. And Alyssa Milano, other than dirty horror movies, hasn't done anything worth mentioning either. Oh, Charmed, I guess. People like that Charmed show. It was pretty good for a while till Rose McGowan got on it. Yeah, I mean that in all sincerity. This is not a new hating on Rose McGowan thing. She ruined that show completely. She took over for Shannon Doherty. You can't take over for Shannon Doherty. Well, Tiffany Amber Thiessen did a good job. Never mind. You could totally take over for Shannon Doherty if you're Tiffany Amber Thiessen. But Tony Danza can fuck himself.
The one thing I'm not looking forward to this, which I mean, I will probably watch one episode just so I can rag on it for the next fucking like season before it gets canceled.
I will not.
Is the fact that since Alyssa Milano is part of it, she's going to be the driving force about the topics, and it's all just going to be the whole, gender. It's going to be about this and what they say. The new comedy will explore generational differences as well as opposing worldviews and parenting styles within the dynamic of a modern family in 2020.
Is that kid dead? I think the kid's dead.
No. No, he's still. I think he's still alive. It's Judith Light. She's dead.
Oh, yeah. No, I thought the kid was I thought the kid was a junkie or something.
Well, I wasn't surprised if he was a junkie, but I'm pretty sure he. Let me see here.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, no, he's still alive.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm going with he's dead. He's been. They left the door open for him if he wants to be involved in it.
Yeah, I'm going with he's dead.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's gonna be having. Did you see fucking Tony Danza's face? It just looks looks wrong. It looks like Tony Danza, but with a really bad bunch of horrible facials he's had since.
Oh yeah, of course. And he has too. He has.
Yeah.
Trying to get on talk shows. And people there's gonna be such a fake like canned fucking studio applause the first time he comes out and goes, hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
Everyone's gonna go, wee! Like, fuck off. Nobody, it's not cool. Shut up. It wasn't cool. It wasn't a good show to begin with. People watched it because it was on with perfect strangers.
Yeah. which was an awesome show.
It was a good show. Would not fly today. Let's just pick an ambiguous made-up race and make fun of them for a half an hour. That kind of stuff just doesn't work anymore on TV.
No. It's a damn shame, but yeah, no, it's true.
And I think Tony Danza is going to have to realize some of that too. Like, oh, Tony, you can't say that anymore. Hey, hey.
One of that's going to be pretty much the whole show. It's just going to be Tony Danza saying shit and Alyssa Milano going, Dad, you can't say that. She's
going to come out and say something that he doesn't understand, like something ultra political, and he's just going to go, hey. And everyone will laugh.
And she'll say, Dad, you can't say that. You sound like a stereotypical Italian, and that's racist. You can't do that.
Yeah, probably. You can't be you. You're racist. No, but this is just who I am. Yeah, you're like the worst making fun of Italian guy. No, I'm Italian. You can't be an Italian anymore.
You're not allowed. Stop it.
If you were really Italian, you'd be dying from COVID, liar. Oh, that's
we all know that truth. That's funny. Oh, man. Moving over to Canada. Edmonton. Big news out of Edmonton. You'll love this. A group of, hang on, I want to make sure I get this group right. It was a group of specialists from surgeons to paleontologists have identified what they say is the first known cancer in a dinosaur.
Well, thank God for that.
It's the best thing I've found on the internet.
How long does it have to live?
Well, the diagnosis took about 75 million years, so...
Jesus Christ.
It's just funny. They found one bone, which they say had a cancerous tumor on it, and therefore, all dinosaurs have cancer now. So,
can I put this in the "who gives a fuck" category? I don't.
Only if you do it quickly.
Don't look for cancer in something that died 65 million years ago. Nobody cares. Look for cures for something in places. Why are we like? Do we care? Could we not have just assumed? Like every animal has cancer. Like your dog gets cancer now. Everybody gets cancer. You're supposed to get cancer. It's in everything.
Yep.
This is not surprising. And what good does this come from? Oh, we found out that a dinosaur had cancer 65 billion years ago. Okay, great. What does that do for anybody? Go cure COVID. Where's my vaccine?
Oh, it's coming.
Me fucking move to Russia. No wonder we don't have a vaccine. All our best scientists are trying to figure out if a dinosaur bone has cancer. Why are we still looking for dinosaurs? We found them all. Shut up. They're birds. We get it. Move on. Find something interesting and new. Cure COVID.
Technically, this is new. So this is the first time ever discovered.
So what?
You got to be specific about that shit.
That's like the first you discovered for the first time that ancient dirt was brown. All dirt's brown. Nobody gives a fuck. There's a disease that's killing everyone and me almost.
But yet, not really.
Nobody gives a fuck about dinosaurs right now. Why are scientists worried about this? This is why you're losing all your funding. Because you don't do anything useful.
I would just love to know how much money was spent on this discovery.
I don't even want to know.
Like, that's the thing I would love to know. How many millions of dollars were put forth in this so they could turn around and say, hey, look, we found a dinosaur with cancer in it. Yay. And the type of cancer it had, by the way, it's still around today, and it affects 3 out of every million people.
Again. 3 out of every million is pretty fucking good. Move on with your lives. Cure
Right.
COVID. I'm so sick of COVID. I want to kill myself. This does nothing for anyone ever. No one benefits from this information. What are you
No.
going to do? You gonna save all the other dinosaurs now that you know? Moron?
Wouldn't it be funny is they'll come out with a cure for dinosaur cancer within like a month.
Oh, I guarantee they will. And then they won't come out with
just
Jurassic
discovered
Park for another 25 years.
Yeah. And next thing you know, the next movie will be Jurassic Cancer.
Fucking better be. And they better all get it.
Yeah.
Just Jeff
So-
Goldblum. Jurassic Cancer was just Jeff Goldblum on an island dying of cancer. Be fantastic. Like Castaway, but he's got cancer and he can't do anything about it. That would be a good movie.
I would go to see that numerous times in theater. I'd pay to see that a few times. That'd be worth it.
This is what should happen to scientists who find dinosaur cancer. Castaway 2.
I'm just gonna laugh if they find out that everybody involved in this will all get COVID now.
They better.
So interesting how two countries very close together can see things in such a different light. See, in May, Canada, more specifically Ottawa, had ended an anti-sex trafficking program when they started doing cutting things for funding. So that was 57.22 million dollars, which was committed to combat human trafficking, and they just said, no, we're just not going to do that anymore. So while we
human
have
trafficking
that
doesn't happen in Canada.
Yeah, because
That's
that never
what they-
happens here, so there's no point.
No.
So that's going on in Canada, and then you flip over to the U.S., and yet, ironically enough, Trump is announced more than $35 million to go to organizations that provide safe housing for victims of human trafficking. That is one of the multiple things that he is doing for the human trafficking and things like that he's putting money towards. Trump, who doesn't even like people, is putting this up, and Trudeau is taking it away.
Yeah, but Trump's still letting Epstein's friends go around and eat babies and shit, so he's really not doing much. He's making it look like he's doing something, but he's not addressing the big fucking problem that's right in front of everybody's faces.
No, we're just going to give them somewhere nice to sleep after they get victimized, but we're not going to stop the victimization. No, that's just not going to happen.
It's Trump's doing nothing. Nobody's doing anything. We're not doing anything. We're one of the worst countries because people just assume it's not happening here, so it's going on right in front of our fucking faces.
Well, we'll name a highway that people shouldn't, travel on, but we'll name that, but that's all we'll do.
They finally stuck a rickety old bus up there.
Was it the one from Alaska?
Probably. Now they finally got a bus up there. It was actually a little while ago, but they're not doing it. And neither could. And what's $35 million? Fuck you, Trump. What is that? That's not even a good lunch for you.
Yeah.
You get $600 billion trillion to fucking COVID relief to all your corporate buddies. Give that to the trafficking. Then I'll give a shit about what you do.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, you happen to mention Epstein. One of the things that has come forward, or that has been more available right now, has been a list of more than 1,500 names of people who had visited the island. What do they call it? Rapey Island or whatever they call it.
We call it Camp Ramakid.
Camp Ramakid, that's it.
That hasn't caught on yet, but
no, it really should though. This is so good. But there's a whole listing of all the people that have been there. And now, first thing I want to point out is a lot of the names so far on the list that I've been going through so far, a lot of the names are just, it's literally just liberal on top of liberal. You've got,
of course.
It's insane. Bill Clinton, and it shows a listing of like how many times they visited. Bill Clinton had visited the island, was it 26 times? And this is after he came out publicly saying, I don't even know him, I've never met him, and I've never been to his island. And meanwhile, there's his name listed on the flight log.
No, of course it is.
But yes, it's just been, I mean, the name of the names are just, it's just insane of going through this list. And now one of the lists that came up, I'm going to list it as false because I can't verify 3 of the names that are on it. And I've also noticed that there's no conservative or Republican names anywhere on this list. It just seems to be everybody on the other side. So there will be. Because the one name that didn't come up on that particular list was Trump's name, and he has been there once. And that's been openly stated. And the funny thing about Trump's visit is one of the victims of Epstein, that when she named Trump, because the media just kept asking, because she's like, I want to talk about this person. They're like, yeah, but did Trump go? And she's like, okay, look, yes, Trump was there once. But do you want to know what happened? When they had the big dinner, Trump didn't have dinner with everybody. He actually sat in the kitchen with me, and we sat there and had dinner. Yeah, we kind of flirted a bit, but that was it. And then he left. Not too long after that. He didn't stick around. He didn't stay the night. He was gone. He came in, supposed to have dinner, and left. And he didn't have dinner with any of them. He just sat and had dinner with me. So, although Trump was there, I just found it funny that his name didn't appear on the list. But yet, that's regardless. Some of the names on that list were just insane. Like, you got Katy Perry, Rihanna, like all the top female pop stars. You've got Clooney. Tom Hanks's name was on there. It just sort of goes on and on and on. But yeah, Bill Clinton, big fan. He was there quite a bit. He loved his time there. He had a lot of fun there. It's just a little insane, some of these names.
You know what? I'm not going to be surprised by anyone who's on it, and you just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. It's not going to be surprising, and everyone's been there, and everyone's lying. Just get on with the case already. Bust them all. This is stupid.
Yep.
Everyone's been there. Anyone who's either been there or been on his plane or knew what was going on or whatever the fuck. Fix it. Get someone to arrest these people. And until you do, nobody has any credibility.
Agreed. Absolutely agree. One of the things I did find interesting, at least partially interesting, Bill Gates never visited the island. He was never there. Bill Gates had stated publicly that he did not communicate with him, didn't have any contact with him, and had nothing to do with Epstein. Well, it turns out that was a bold-faced lie. They had gotten together a few times, and here's the craziest shit. They had gotten together 6 separate times. All 6 of those times was after he initially got charged.
Says an uncorroborated internet story, though.
No, he admitted to that one afterwards. His publicist came out, through his publicist came out and said afterwards, yeah, okay, they met, but it was a thing about finances. It had nothing to do with anything else. We only met in New York, and we never actually went to his island. We never went to these places. It had the thing just to do with money. It didn't have to do with this.
I'm still going to have to look it up now that you said it, but I guarantee your list is as credible as this story. You're going to see a bunch of names. You're going to see a bunch of lies on both sides. Everyone's just making shit up to make themselves look better. And at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter because whether they went there or not, they all knew what was going on.
And they let it go on. They didn't do anything about it. So... yeah, one of the things I was able to find, this one thing I was spending all fucking day, was I actually have the listing of the actual flight manifests
possibly the actual flight manifests. Or just some flight manifest that someone typed up and put on the internet.
I suppose that's possible.
100% possible. I'll give you a flight manifest by the end of tonight.
But nonetheless,
Oh,
it's
go
hard
ahead.
to read.
Read
It's a lot of it's really tough to read, and it's a lot of it's like when they do names, like repeated names or all that are just done by initials because they're constantly going back and forth with a lot of stuff. But yeah, it's just some of the names just on it. You just start going by and like, oh, look at that, Chris Tucker, he was on there.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I'd say he'd be the first fucking one running for it.
I was waiting for that. When I saw that name, thinking, Chris Tucker. That seems about right.
He's the only one who fucking belongs there.
He was probably one of the victims.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Quote.
Well, the only one that was smiling.
Yeah, exactly. That shit just made me laugh. Oh, man. So there's that. That's been going on. Sorry. That shit just made me laugh. There was 3 guys that were rescued off of a little island in the Pacific. They were rescued because they ended up writing a giant SOS sign in the sand that was spotted by a plane, and they actually got arrested. They were on a boat that had capsized. It ran off course, ran out of fuel, and capsized. And they were stuck on the island for how long does it say here? They were only on there for 4 days. So not all that long, but long enough to be probably pretty fucking terrified, no doubt.
I would love to have 4 days on an island right now.
I could go 4 days without food. I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't even put a dent in my weight. So
4 days? Jesus. That was a good week last year.
Oh, man. But they did in those 4 days, they did manage to build a little hut. Actually, it looks like a fairly decent sized hut, but they did build a little hut on the beach so that they could be by their sign and everything else. It's a nice little beach. It looks really nice. Every
idiot America watches Survivor. They must learn how to fucking throw a few leaves together by now.
One would have to
Show's
assume.
been on for 35 seasons or something.
So congratulations, guys. You got arrested. Way to go. That is awesome. Last thing. One of the other things that Trump did on Tuesday, which is today, is that he signed a legislation where he is going to devote almost $3 billion a year to conservation projects.
Oh, what about human trafficking, you idiot?
No, he's going to give them a house where a whole bunch of them can stay in.
$3 billion to conservation.
Yeah. Conservation projects, outdoor
trafficking.
recreation, and maintenance of national parks and other public lands.
Yeah. Because that matters right now. All the parks are closed, you moron.
So now we got to make them pretty for 2022 when they finally open them all back up again.
They're never opening up again. COVID's never ending. This goes on forever. You just put billions of dollars into nothing, you retard. And by the way, it's all the money that you fucking canceled that Obama put in when you first started anyway. So you're not really putting anything in. You're just putting it back.
Actually, it's a dramatic amount less than what Obama put in. It's what he's putting back in.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not putting anything.
The Democrats were asking for $20 billion to go back in, and Trump said, no, you get 3. Shut the fuck up.
He canceled all that shit when he first started.
Yeah, he did.
So he's not really doing anything special. He's just rescinding his old fucking. This is such election campaign crap.
Isn't it, though? It's so nice on the cover until you just remember very quickly what he took away and how little he's given back.
4 years is not long enough to forget. Morons.
No.
Figure that out.
So there's that.
You got an island where all the people in your country that have money go to fuck little kids, and you're giving all your money to fucking save the whales? God damn you. Save the little kids from the kid fuckers. Then we'll worry about Yellowstone Park.
But then what are they going to do for vacations if they don't have that, though? Come on.
I don't know. Ask Trudeau.
Oh, man. Biggest news that's going on right now. Biggest news right now, and Eric, if you haven't seen the video of this, I highly recommend watching it.
I haven't seen any video of anything.
It's pretty insane. In Beirut, there's a building that was on fire.
It's my second favorite place that ends with root.
While it was on fire, you could see a bunch of smaller explosions going off, like little ones, and then all of a sudden, this massive that almost looked like a mushroom-shaped cloud. Like, I mean, it was this massive fucking explosion went off.
Yeah, I'm lying. I actually did see that video.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like, that is a huge explosion.
It's a big boom.
Yeah, they said that it was heard and felt as far away as Cyprus, which is more than 200 kilometers across the Mediterranean. As it stands, you've got 70 people dead, 3,000 injured. Numbers are probably going to be up in the hundreds for this by the time they get through all this, because when you see the destruction of the city, because it was in a port city. So this is like a very heavily populated, densely populated area, and it just got fucking leveled.
Yeah, that's Beirut. It's been going on since we were little kids.
Well, one of the things that was in this building was a massive cache of ammonium nitrate.
Cool.
That is, as everybody who don't know, that is how you make a bomb.
Yeah. Oh, if anyone knows how to make a bomb, it's people in Beirut. They've been doing it forever.
For a very long time. I think they invented them, didn't they?
That would be our good friends, the Chinese.
Yes, that's right. They did start that, didn't they?
Well, they invented gunpowder.
Thank you, China.
The Chinese invent everything good. Gunpowder, COVID. I'll give them ginger beef, though. That's awesome.
What's that?
Ginger beef is pretty cool. COVID and gunpowder suck.
Well, I'll take their Wagyu beef any day.
Is Wagyu from China?
Yes, that's where it started.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So basically in this building were more than 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate that was stored in a warehouse. It was confiscated from a cargo ship in 2014. So it's just been sitting there since 2014.
Well, that's one way to get rid of it.
It's one way of doing it. The orange cloud that comes off of that, which, if the cloud is anything other than white or black, is just not good.
It was really white in the video I saw.
That's the outer cloud. The burning cloud that came off the top was orange. After that, it's like after you watch the blast, if you find one of the angles where they're still watching it after, it's this wicked orange cloud that comes off of it. That's just not good. Nothing good burns at the color orange. We'll have to say that for sure. But yeah, it's a fucking huge explosion. That's one of the most impressive blasts I think I've ever seen in my life. It was just insane. So
yeah, it'd be interesting if it happened somewhere else, but really just Beirut. What can you say? It's like a daily occurrence there.
Well, yeah, Lebanon for sure. That's for damn sure. I think Beirut's been pretty quiet for the last little while. I mean, you haven't heard about it in a while.
No, but we're scrambling for anything on the news that's not COVID, so...
Yeah, that's true.
We'll start hearing all kinds of weird stuff. Tony Danza, Beirut. Fucking 80s are hip again.
80s worked because of the cocaine, all right? That's why the 80s worked so well.
Yeah, we got to open that border up.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well without the coke. It's just the way it is. So, yeah. There we go. So that's the list of shit that I have.
Well, that's a list of shit, all right. Yeah, the world's fucked. This is so. I don't even know anymore what to do. I really don't. I don't know how to convince anyone anymore of anything when this is the best we can come up with. The people that are allegedly leading us aren't. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Trump and Justy, they're just not doing their damn jobs. And this is why, I don't understand how people can still listen to the news and think that anything that's going on matters, or that they're actually doing anything that's in our interests.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to be cool with it. Everyone's like, well, the world can't be that bad because Tony Danza's coming back.
Maybe that's how we know the world is so bad. You ever think about that, people?
What about curing COVID? Or curing cancer instead of fighting it in dinosaurs? Where's that scientist?
Let me ask you something about COVID vaccine, by the way, because there's all the talk going around about if it's going to be made mandatory that you have to take the vaccine.
They can't do that.
Well, they shouldn't do that. They could. And there's lots of talk about it, and it's been talked about in the House of Commons, has been discussed.
It won't happen in Canada.
Be interesting.
It won't happen in Canada. It's a huge violation of our rights, and we would never put up with it, and most of us wouldn't go anyway.
You don't think that with the way everybody's so terrified of COVID right now that people wouldn't be like, yes, make it mandatory for sure?
Absolutely not.
I always love how much faith you have in people.
Absolutely not. No one wants the government to step in and tell us what we have to inject in our bodies. Nobody wants that. Because once they allow one, then it never stops.
Mm-hmm. People don't think like that, though. We all know that. Not smart enough to look past the fucking what's right in front of their face. They don't look past that.
It won't happen. Not in this country. People still care about their rights in this country. And besides, the people who are in charge know the realities about COVID, and they know it's stupid anyway. And there's not going to be a vaccine for the next 11 years. Russia's lying. You know Russia's lying. Russia's never not lying.
Russia's going to come out and say, we have the cure. Can you share it? No. And don't come up asking questions.
They're lying. China's lying. It's like nothing they've ever said has ever been credible. That's why no one's excited about it. No one's like, oh, thank God Russia has a cure. No, they don't. Everyone knows they don't. It's like nobody's celebrating right now. Everybody fucking knows the truth. It's Russia. They've got nothing. If, there's certain countries in the world, they're like North Korea. He's just like, I've got this. No, you don't. We know you don't. Shut up. This is if it was like Switzerland, people would be like, oh, okay, sweet. We're cured in October. Switzerland's got a cure. We're all fine. But Russia, we've got the vaccine by October. Everyone's like, yeah, all right.
No, you don't. You certainly do not.
It's got to be some country that never says shit like that, who's just like if Finland or fucking some other weird country up there, Norway or something. Then we'd be like, fucking sweet, those guys got it. We're all saved. But no, not in our lifetime will we ever see mandatory vaccination. Because then it doesn't stop with COVID. It goes on and on to every fucking thing. Then our kids are getting 150 different shots with all kinds of weird stuff. Plus the COVID vaccine.
Oh,
I say 11
what was
years.
the thing that went around not too long ago about, like, if your kid hadn't been vaccinated with something, they're not allowed in school? What was that?
That didn't happen in Canada. That was only in Washington. That was for measles.
That was for measles. That's what it was. That's right.
But there was a big round of whooping cough, polio, all kinds of stupid shit popping up.
And why? Because people didn't take the fucking...
Yeah.
People didn't take the
I
fucking...
know exactly why, but I'm still not... I say anti-vaxxers are right up there with vegans and fucking Tony Danza fans, but still, I'm not going to tell you have to. I don't think it's mandatory. I like the don't let their kids in school thing. That works just fine for me, but I'm very pro-choice, and I gotta say, it is their choice. It's a stupid choice. You're killing your children. You're ruining society. You're making a bad choice, but I have to, as a pro-choice person, respect your right to choose.
Just understand, like everything, all choices your choice has consequences.
Yeah, and yours is a very, very bad choice.
Yeah.
You're making the wrong choice. There's a right choice and a wrong choice, and I totally respect your right to choose, but you're choosing wrong. But I have to allow you to do that, I guess. And once the government says we have to vaccinate, then that's when I say, no, don't do it.
Yeah. Because anytime the government says you have to do something, it's not for your own good. That's not why they're telling you that.
No. At least in Canada, it'll be free.
Yeah, that's the upside. Thank God for that.
Americans, they'll be like, you have to take this vaccine, and it's $100,000. Everything in American medicine's $100,000.
It's just right off the top. It's $100,000 starting point.
I had a buddy who broke his leg. It was almost $100,000.
I heard childbirth costs almost $100,000.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Everything does.
That's fucking nuts.
We have no idea what that's like. Like in the States,
No.
you can go to a hospital and they can just tell you to get the fuck out.
Well, I know what it's like to get a bill from a hospital because I didn't have a health card. So I know what that part of it's like, and it didn't fucking take long to destroy my fucking credit.
I got a bill because I didn't apply for WorkSafe. Like I didn't apply for Compo, but I went to a doctor, and then your doctor's visit's not covered if you don't apply. It's not covered by your BC Medical either, so I had to pay. I don't remember. It was a lot, a couple $100, something stupid, but that's just my own stupid. It's not like in the States where you're like, how shot are you? Because we don't have very much money.
Yeah.
Where did the bullet hit? Was it like somewhere? Are you gonna die, or can you walk it off, or what?
Yeah. It's in the arm? You're fine. Go home.
Yeah, pretty much.
Take some Tylenol. You'll be all right.
That's why they always tell you when you go traveling, get your travel's insurance, because holy fucking shit, I had a buddy who didn't. He broke his leg, and I'm not kidding. It was like tens of thousands of dollars for a goddamn broken leg.
Yep.
And it's America. If you don't have it, they'll just shoot you.
Yeah.
That's
Happened
probably
to my
not
parents.
true.
They were down in Florida. My dad's best friend got really sick to the point where they had to rush him to the hospital. And he was, according to my father and mother at the time, they're saying, like, he was very close to death. He could barely breathe. He was gasping. He couldn't. There was all this stuff. And he was very, very close to go to the hospital. Just said, okay, what's his name? His name is this. Perfect. And how are you paying?
Yeah.
It's just straight up. We don't even want to know anything else about him. We just want to know is how will you be paying for this?
Exactly.
That's fucking crazy.
And yeah, that's just the way it is there, man. It's crazy. Like, we don't have any concept of that, thank God. They can't turn you away. They've still got the Hippocratic Oath and shit, but that's the catch-22. Like, they're not allowed to turn you away, but they can charge you whatever the fuck they want. So
Yeah.
you might, like, if you're not in the right frame of mind to turn down something, they can just do it and charge you.
That's right.
It's
We're going to run all these different tests.
Yeah.
We need the budget money.
Whereas in Canada, they're like, you don't need that test. What? Yeah, I think I want the test. You have to basically beg for it. Nah, it's probably not that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Go have a donut. Stop by Timmy's on your way home.
Sure, it's not dinosaur cancer. Isn't that all you need to know?
I can't. I'm going to get the sniffles, and I'm going to go right to the fucking Milton Hospital and say, I think I have dinosaur cancer.
I'm pretty sure it's dino cancer.
Pretty sure that's what it is.
Check the dinosaur and tell me it isn't.
I read the article, therefore I have it.
Ridiculous. I hate the world. I just hate that we let these leaders be in charge. I was talking to a cab driver about this yesterday. He was right on board with me. I don't know if he's going to start listening to the show. I gave him a card. But we gotta start voting for some people that make some goddamn sense in the next few years. This is just retarded.
Just by the way things have been going, I don't think you're going. I just don't see I don't see a good candidate being allowed to be put in place. I just don't see it.
And now you've got like you just said. You know what's funny? You're going to see in the next few years because you just said, oh, he was almost on his deathbed. He was struggling to breathe, and I'm like, yeah, so is everybody now. It's COVID, like that. Your deathbed thing the bar has been raised so high now because allegedly half the world is dead. It's like, oh, I was on my deathbed. No, you weren't. I had COVID. Fuck you.
But you didn't have COVID.
No, I didn't.
No.
I'm just saying.
That's the same with okay.
that was me being someone who did have COVID.
Mm.
I had a very COVID-esque lung infection that they didn't treat because it wasn't COVID. I still can't breathe. I still can't breathe properly.
That's just fucked.
I was begging a friend to put me in the back of their truck and drive me to the hospital because I didn't want an ambulance to fuck up my neighbors.
Yeah.
But what I had. See, that's the misconception. Oh, you didn't have COVID, so you're fine. No, I still was fucking dying, and I'm still not totally better yet. It's just because it wasn't COVID doesn't mean it wasn't anything. God damn. Although that's what doctors will tell you.
But the thing I don't understand is that with all the false positives and everything else, how is it that the one person who has all the symptoms miraculously doesn't have the very thing that they're saying these are all the symptoms for?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's raising questions on its own, man. That just doesn't make sense.
Everything about this stupid thing is raising questions. It's the Epstein Island of fucking viruses. We will always have more questions than answers.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I will always blame Tony Danza.
You hear that Al Jazeera they're being investigated. They've had a whole bunch of they seized some computers and office stuff because they're being investigated for sedation, defamation, and violation of the country's Communications and Multimedia Act.
Well, yeah, they've been doing that for a long time.
But yeah, but you won't look at, say, MSNBC, CNN, Fox. You're not going to look at any of those.
Of course not. They make political donations. Al Jazeera has been a thorn in America's side for a long time because, number one, they tell the truth, and they tell it in a different language.
It's Malaysia that has raided them. The Malaysian police are the ones that raided them.
Oh, giddy for Malaysia.
So somebody's doing something.
Al Jazeera is one of the credible news sources left in the world. And Malaysia's full of pieces of shit, so...
Yep.
Hopefully nothing sticks, but, that's one of those countries where they can just charge you with whatever and make it illegal. Yeah, it's one of those, you looked at the president funny. You go to jail forever now.
Yep.
Malaysia's just one of those fucked up places. You don't hear much about Malaysia because they're fucked up, crazy.
They don't let their news get out.
No, they don't. And good people that work for Al Jazeera go in and fuck that up for them, and they don't like it.
That's right.
Dictators,
how dare you expose us? Get the fuck out
well,
of
yeah,
here.
that's what kind of happened to China on a smaller level. But like dictators lose all their power when they let the people know what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
That's
true.
why they try not to. China lets the people think they know what's going on in the world. They're like, oh yeah, you can have TikTok. That's what's happening in the world. Just watch TikTok all day. And then they go, oh yeah, we're free in China. We get TikTok. What about Google? No, we don't have that yet. Fuck.
No, we don't have that yet. Sorry.
Huawei phones can't even get Google. That's awesome. I want one. I want to try one. I've never tried a Huawei phone, but that would be really interesting to try a phone with no Google.
I almost got one when I was looking for phones a couple years ago. I almost bought one, but
They're the shit. They're fucking amazing. They're expensive.
yeah, that was the reason why I didn't get it, because I couldn't get a free one.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're. I keep going for the the Mate 40 or whatever. It's like same price as a S20 Samsung. I want one. Mang Wang. I've been on your side the whole time, evil lady. You owe me a phone before you ruin the earth.
And a laptop.
Nah, Acer owes me a laptop. Fuck Acer, by the way.
Yeah.
That's
I agree
all
with
I have
that.
to say about that. Fuck those guys. I'm supposed to have the fastest laptop on the market today, and it's fucking worse than my 12-year-old Lenovo. $1,400 fucking hunk of shit. Never going with Acer again.
No. No, agree to that.
That's my endorsement for the night. I expect my sponsorship money, Acer. This is your. You
This is your
owe me
last
for
fucking
talking
option.
about you.
Last chance. Hey, you
No.
saw that the was that a UK newspaper has published the unreleased video of the cops. What is it called? The chest cams, whatever it is, of the George Floyd death.
Why would a British newspaper have it? Jesus Christ, those people are evil.
It got leaked. So there's like 17 minutes from the moment of the cops arriving at the store where he tried to pass off the fake $20 bill, right up to and including part of the when he gets out of the car and he's on the ground and to the knee of the neck thing.
Do we need to see any more? Like, does it matter now?
Well, what's funny is, like, and I watched the whole video, and when you start when you watch the whole thing in its entirety, there's couple of interesting things that happen. Number one, George Floyd, from the moment the cops approached him, he lied about everything except for one thing. He admitted that he knew the cops were there to talk to him about the fake 20. He knew that. But everything else, he lied about the fact that the cops were being forceful, because they weren't. When you watch the video, you can tell they're not being forceful. He complains numerous times about not being able to breathe, which is strange because that's the one thing he continually kept saying while they had the knee on the neck. But nonetheless,
Yeah, but now
been saying it the whole time.
That's the first thing I say too. As soon as the cops grab me, that's the first thing I say, and then I argue that I'm claustrophobic and I can't be put in a cell.
which is what he said.
That's the first thing I always say. That's the first thing lots of people say. So really, I'm not holding the cops really at that fault at that point. Now, they shouldn't have killed the guy. I'm not saying they should have, but
Right.
this video is not helping anything. Just drag on a story that should have been over a long time ago. A shitty dude got killed by the cops, and it sucks. The cops are getting punished for it. Good.
Yeah. That's the thing that because my whole thing is this whole 17-minute video, which gives it this whole different perspective of everything, still means nothing.
Yeah, no, of
Should
course
the
it
cop
does.
have jammed his knee into a guy's neck for 20 fucking minutes, however long it was? No, 8 minutes? Should he have done it? No, he shouldn't have. He knew he was killing him. He didn't do anything about it. He didn't care.
And I don't know how much of this video has been tampered with or edited to make it look like a new perspective. It could be the same fucking bullshit. This long
Well,
after
the other
being
ones were
released
shot
by
from
the
cell
British.
phones. This is the actual body cam footage.
Yeah. That doesn't mean they can't tamper with it.
No, but even if it's tampered, it still doesn't change the outcome. So
No.
it still doesn't matter. No matter what goes on for the 17 minutes beforehand,
No,
it doesn't change the fact that at some point, whether you believe that George Floyd couldn't breathe in the car because just claustrophobic or not, and they put him outside on the fucking ground, you still stuck a knee in the guy's neck till he couldn't breathe. So it doesn't matter.
You don't change my. That's why I said like it does. It does nothing. They're just dragging it on to distract from the fact that they're not doing anything about Camp Rama Kid.
Yeah.
They're putting it under the guise that the British released it. We don't know that. They probably released it themselves. They're just saying the British did it because no one will think it's credible if Trump says he did it.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm surprised Trump hasn't claimed it was him that released it. I'm actually surprised.
He will. I knew George Floyd.
We were very good friends for many years.
He couldn't breathe all the time. That was his thing. That's the worst Trump impersonation you're ever going to hear.
That's it right there. Mark it on your calendar, kids.
You'll never hear a worse one ever. You got the first hand listen to the worst Trump appearance ever. That was me right here. I do bad impersonations. I should start a thing where I just do terrible impersonations. It sounds nothing like the guy. That's better than my. I used to do impersonations of people nobody knew. Then you didn't know if they were good or not. Like, yeah, this is my impersonation of the guy who delivers my Sunday newspaper. Won't mean anything to you guys. You don't know him, but it's a really good impersonation. I think it's even funnier to just go out and do really bad impersonations. I think you just maybe set a new comedy standard for me.
I think that's just such a great thing to be like, yeah, here's my impression of this guy. Da, 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 da. Is that what he sounds like? No. You'll never know, though.
This is my yeah. This is my impression of this weird guy named Eddie. Hey, yo, I'm weird. Yeah.
I'm weird. Look at me.
That's my impression of weird guy. I call him Weird Eddie. You know why I call him that? Because he's weird.
Does he sound like this? No.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never spoken to him.
Doesn't matter. That's a good comedy show. This podcast is not. But I worked out some tension. I'm glad I did. I'm off work tomorrow. After my triumphant return today. Maybe I'll look up something we can talk about tomorrow, or do a new Eric and Gord, or some kind of a game or something. Something to get us off stupid news that I hate.
Well, I am up for anything.
Cool. Could be a couple of days after tomorrow before we get back to doing it, because I really got to get to work. I think I've got one day on this paycheck.
Oh,
It's going to be rough.
I know what that's like. That sucks.
Well, kids, send in your emails. You have to go to our old one because for some reason my new one's not working, so that really pisses me off. So send your emails to ladyantablowyretards@gmail.com, or you can send them to my brand new personal email, eric@erichunt.buzz. If you need your knives sharpened, call Gord and leave me alone.
I will happily take those calls.
But you can email for knife sharpening to any of the emails you hear on the show, and those messages will get forwarded to Gord immediately, as they always do. Thank you, Milton, for supporting him. Please, everyone in the Halton area, keep it up. Keep bringing your knives to Gord. And if they're too sharp, go stab somebody. They get dull real fast.
Just make sure you hit a bone. If you just flesh, it ain't gonna dull.
Other than that, don't rape kids and take care of each other.
I second that. Fucking right. Don't rape kids. I like that.
That's for you, Tony Danza.
Stop raping kids, Tony Danza.
I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying he shouldn't.
The birth of a Canadian ETF judge.
More and more Canadians want to invest ethically.
Millennials are ditching stocks for ETFs.
It's the next generation of investing.
Generation
ETFs. The birth of a Canadian ETF judge.
More and more Canadians want to invest ethically.
Millennials are ditching stocks for ETFs.
It's the next generation of investing.
Generation
ETFs.